guys, it is Vlogtober, day 28, and we are hitting the road again. It is a rare opportunity that we have to meet my husband for lunch. Usually he comes home because he works close enough to the house, but today he had a meeting and we have some couponing we need to do, so we're just all going to meet up for lunch. So come on with us and let's see what our day will bring. You guys have heard me during the month talk about the new series that I was thinking about starting, Cocoa and Cookies, where I just share my heart with you guys. Some of you have enjoyed that part of these vlogs this month. Some of you haven't, and that's okay. You don't have to watch. But some of you have enjoyed that, and I think that I want to start that the first week of November. So I need your opinions on some subjects that you would like to hear, and also B, on the format. I thought about doing it kind of casually, just at the dining room table with a cup of cocoa and a few cookies, but I'm not real sure about that. I thought, well, I don't really want to do that because I know that that's not something that is pleasurable for a lot of people to see or hear. However, I do know that a lot of you do enjoy that, and it makes it feel more cozy, more comfortable, more natural, like you're just having a regular conversation, since that's what these type of videos will be. So I wasn't real sure whether I should do that or whether I shouldn't. Either way, that's what I'm going to title it, because whether I have my cup of cocoa and cookies or not, my hope is that you will pull up a chair with your computer or your phone with your cup of cocoa and a few cookies and just sit down, and I guess we can't really talk back and forth because you won't be live with me, but you can leave your comments and have a conversation with me about different topics. So let me know what you think about that, how you prefer that I set that up, and the circumstances around which I record that, because obviously I want it to be something enjoyable for you guys. So if a lot of you do like that casualness with the drinking or whatever, then that's the way that I'll set it up. But if some of you get annoyed by the drinking and the eating, then obviously I wouldn't want to do that. So it really is going to be a majority of who plans to watch those and what kind of video that you would like for it to be. Also, don't forget to leave me some topic ideas, things that you would like to hear my opinions on. Some of you might not want to hear my opinions at all, but some of you are quite interested, so that will help me go in a specific direction. At any rate, I wanted to throw that out there because we are in the last week of Vlogtober, so I do plan to begin this series next week if all goes well. As you know, we're in the middle of redoing our bedroom and we've got a lot of work going on at home, so I'm not real sure how much time I'll have to sit down and do that, but that is my plan at this point. So comment down below on those two things and let me know what you think. So we are heading into another Family Dollar to see what 90% off stuff we can find here. Here we go, Family Dollar number 3. guys. So both of those Family Dollars turned out to have a few things that we wanted, so I can't wait to get home and show you our haul. Here's the interesting thing that I learned today about Family Dollar. They had an item on the shelf, and let's see if I can show it to you. It is these Indust wipes for your electronics, and you can clearly see, I think, if it'll focus. Not sure that it's going to focus here in the sunlight. At any rate, they were only 25 cents regularly, and they were clearance down to 19. Hopefully you guys can see that. Anyway, that would make these 2 cents on this 90% off clearance. Well, there were 91 in this box, and the Family Dollar we were in prior to this one, the manager was like, please take everything, we're trying to put our Christmas up, so they don't care how many you buy and if you wipe it out. So I thought, okay, well, I'll pick up this whole little box for 2 cents each. That is a great deal. Well, I noticed whenever he went to ring those up that it wasn't ringing up the 2 cents, so when I got the receipt and looked at it, he had charged me 5 cents each. Okay, typically that would still be a pretty good deal to pick those up for 5 cents a wipe, but the deal was I was in there because it was a 90% off clearance. So I went back in and told the guy that he charged me $3 or 3 cents too much per wipe, which equals $2.73, I believe, somewhere in there, that I overpaid for those wipes. And as a couponer, as a deal hunter, that's just too much money to walk away. So when I went back in to tell him that, he says, but I'm not allowed to sell you anything that's under 5 cents. If it's under 5 cents, we have to throw it away. And I said, so even though it's clearly marked 20 cents or 19 cents, which would make it a 2 cent item, and you have it sitting on your shelf right by the sign that says 90% off, you still can't sell it? And he said, oh no ma'am, I would have to refund the whole thing and just throw it away. And so I started laughing. I said, you've got to be kidding me. So instead of making 2 cents per an item, they would rather you just throw it out completely? So anyway, after we talked back and forth for a few minutes, he didn't want to sell them to me for less than the 5 cents, obviously. And I could have pressed the issue and just gotten a full refund, but somebody else is just going to come in behind me and get stuck paying that 5 cents. So we finally figured it around to where he was the management that was on duty. So he finally figured it around to where he was able to manually put it in for the 2 cents per wipe, and then he just refunded me the difference back of that. It was $2.80 something, or $2.80, I believe, with the tax that came back. So be watchful of that, you guys. Check your receipts really good, because if you're checking out these clearances, and don't worry, I'm not driving. My son is the one driving, in case you guys think I'm being unsafe. Check your receipts, because if you're picking up items that are 20 cents, that should make them 2 cents or anything less than 5 cents, your receipt is going to show those items as being the full 5 cents. And it might not make a big deal necessarily if it's 1 or 2 items, but I had 91 items, so that definitely added up. But I thought that was interesting, and I'm like, good night. I would rather make 2 cents per item instead of just throwing it away making nothing. Like, that didn't make sense to me. So at any rate, we did get to pick up this whole box for $1.81. So pretty good deal on that, but we'll show you all the rest of it when we get home. Okay, you guys, so we are just now leaving the Dollar Tree. Not sure if you can see it behind me because that sun is kind of blinding right in my eyes. But at any rate, that was the most money I have spent at Dollar Tree in one trip in a long time. So instead of trying to add all that into this video, since I've already got some other hauls to show you guys, I'm just going to do that in its own video. So you guys be looking out for that. It may be up before this vlog, and I may just wait and put that up tomorrow. Not real sure, but at any rate, I got some really cute stuff, especially the Christmas stuff, and I can't wait to show you guys. Okay, you guys, can you see at the back of my trunk? This is all clearance stuff and Dollar Tree stuff. This is the most we have had in our trunk at any one time in a long time. We got some really great deals today, so we're gonna get it inside and show you guys what we got. Can you guys see all of these goodies? Oh my goodness, we totally made out today at the Family Dollar store. We actually stopped into 2 Family Dollars, and I think I said a little bit of that earlier in the vlog, but this is the contents of what we got between the 2 stores. And we did stop into Big Lots, and we found these huge Rice Krispie Treat, the big blocks. You usually find these at Walmart around the holidays, around Christmas, and sometimes at Valentine's Day, and they are usually $9.99. We've never found them any cheaper than that. I believe last year at Walmart, we did find some for $8.99, but today we went into Big Lots, and we found these for just $6 a piece. That was an unbelievable deal. So I did go ahead and pick two of those big ones up for our family. We will cut those into pieces and have those devoured. I'm sure it won't take us real long to take care of both of those, but that's a really good deal. So if you guys like these, or your kids like those, or you want to give them as prizes, I'll be going back to get some of those for prizes in our youth program. Sometimes we do things like that around the holidays especially, and that is just a really, really good deal. So stop into Big Lots and see if you can find you some. But we're just going to go through some of this stuff that we picked up today on our little extravaganza to the Family Dollar store. One of the first items that we were able to find were these packages of the shred. These are just the crinkle cut shreds that are good for packaging, especially if you have fragile items. These were, let's see, we got 2 packs of these. These were clearance down to just $1, and my camera is having a very hard time focusing. These were clearance down for just $1, so that made these 10 cents a package. And then we found all of these bags of confetti. Now, we like to use these around our house. Sometimes I throw them out on tables for decorations at parties. Sometimes we just have fun throwing them at each other. We use them in our youth ministry as well. So look at all the ones that we picked up at the first dollar store, Family Dollar, when we stopped in. These were priced at $2. So we were able to get these big bags there, 2.5 ounces, which is a huge bag of the confetti because it is so light, of course, to measure up that weight. They're huge bags. You can see it compared to my hand there, full of the confetti. We picked these up for 20 cents at the first store. We got down to the second Family Dollar, and they were clearance down to $1.20. So some of these bags we were able to get for just 12 cents. And let's see how many bags we got all together. It's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. Between the 2 stores, we were able to pick up 11 bags of that confetti. So that ought to be some fun times, especially come the new year. Also, in the store today, we were able to pick up one of these little mini planners. This was clearance down to 80 cents, which made that just an 8-cent purchase. And I do understand that this is about to run out. It's a 2014-2015. But I do know, and who I had in mind with this one is the beautiful Paloma over at Coupon to Provide. And I know that she likes to repurpose the planners, and she likes to make her own covers. They are beautiful. If you guys have not checked out her planner series, you need to do that. She's in the process of remaking some of those videos even now, showing you guys how to put together your planners, and she does such a phenomenal job. And I know she repurposes these, and she uses her washi and her decor all on the insides as well, and kind of redoes the dates and the months. So I figured something like this she would enjoy having, because since she repurposes them anyway, it really doesn't matter that it is running out of date. So Paloma, this is for you, and I'm going to put that in the mail for you. I hope that you will be able to use that. Also, we did pick up a couple of more of the Peeps. They had a sour watermelon today and a bubble gum. These were marked down to $1.19. Making those just 12 cents each. Good deal for little snacks for the kids. This little thing right here we thought was a really good deal. Let's see if we can show you on the, it's a hose hanger, and it doesn't really give you an example, but basically you put this either on a 2x4 or you can screw it right straight to the side of a shed or anything else. It has a curved base, and you just wrap your water hose around these. These were clearance down to $4.99, making these 50 cents a piece. So we did pick up 2 of those to help keep things organized out in the yard. We also picked up some of these packages of little sticky notes. These have 96 sheets each. They were clearance down to 99 cents. See what I was telling you guys yesterday? Family Dollar is notorious for marking their clearance prices, sometimes just 1 penny different. But at any rate, it was still 90% off. So we got these for just 10 cents each. We got 3 of the same ones that say Sweet Talk, and then we found one that says blah, blah, blah. Since that's one of my famous sayings, I had to pick it up. We found some of these beautiful breast cancer awareness notepads. This one here still has the cover, but it was the little Velcro seal was torn off, but it's okay because the notepad inside is still intact. That was, we paid just 50 cents for that. 50 cents for this big one here. And I don't know how many sheets are in this. I'm not real sure about that. And then also another one of the notepads there. So I really think that these were probably a little bit overpriced, because I remember back, if you see this sticky here, these were actually put together in a 3-pack set when they had these for sale before breast cancer awareness began. You can even see right there, it is a 3-pack notepad. And the whole 3-pack sold for $5, at least at my store. They were marked at $5. So they've separated these out, and these 2 didn't have a price, but he tried to tell me they were all $5, and it wasn't worth arguing about. So still, for $1.50, I was able to get all that, and they're pretty thick. You can look at that and see, based on the width of my thumb, how thick those notepads are. So that still wasn't a bad price to pick those up for 50 cents each, but that really should have been 50 cents for all 3 of those. Then you can see this mountain of napkins. These were clearance down for just $1. A few of them were $1.20. So some of these I paid 10 cents for, some of them I paid 12 cents for, but they are all the 16 count 2-ply. Some of them say happy birthday, some of them just have balloons, and I picked these up, to have on hand in case we do have any parties, especially with our youth or anything like that I might need some napkins for, but I mainly just picked them up for around the house. If you go to Dollar Tree, you can get a pack of napkins, which is 150 count, for just $1. Unless you go right now. They do actually have some bonus packs in there, 200 count for $1. So when you add up the 10 cent for 16, every 10 packs of these would have been $1, which equaled 160 napkins. So it was actually just a little bit better of a deal to go ahead and pick these up. So we use napkins every night at dinner, and definitely these will not go to waste. So I went ahead and picked up all that they had on the shelf. The managers were like, she said, please take everything, I want to get my Christmas stuff out. So that's exactly what we did on a couple of these items. Also, while we were there, we did find a bunch more cosmetics. We got the eyeshadow stick, or the eyeliner stick from CoverGirl. We picked that up for 35 cents. We got some of the baby lips, also for 35 cents. We found 3 of those, 35 cents a piece. That is incredible. That's even cheaper than obviously what you can get them at the Dollar Tree. We found some of the LA Colors lipsticks for 8 cents each, and I believe we got 3 of those. Then we found another eyeliner here from LA Colors. This one was just 16 cents, I believe. It didn't have a price on it, but when he scanned it, that came up 16 cents, and then also this lip color right here came up as 16 cents. Just beautiful. And then, of course, we found some more of these. And yes, these will be going in some friend mails because we got these at such a great deal, like 16 cents. Brand spanking new. The seals have never been messed up on those, and since we picked up some yesterday, these duplicate colors here we will just be giving away to some of our friends. So that was a really great deal. Then in the car, I already talked to you guys about this little product right here. This is the product that I was talking about. They were clearance down to 19 cents, which would have made these 2 cents each. Family Dollar is not allowed to sell anything under 5 cents. So that was a whole big fiasco there. But at any rate, I did end up getting these for just the 2 cents each. So we got 91 of these little wipes in here for 2 cents each. Made that $1.81 for this whole little container of all of these wipes for our electronics. So as you can see, definitely some great deals happening over at the Family Dollar. And just when I thought I was done showing you everything, I found another little goodie that I forgot to show you guys. These little knee pads right here that are fantastic for doing outdoor work when you have to kneel down on your knees, or even indoor work when you have to get down on your knees to clean your floors or whatever the deal is. These were priced at $2, so I was able to pick both of those up for just 20 cents each. And these really are a lifesaver when you have to be down on your knees doing a lot of work. So now I believe that is all that we picked up today. If you didn't get to see yesterday's vlog, you can look at that one to see what we picked up at Family Dollar yesterday. But I think we have now exhausted all the Family Dollars in our little town and made out with some really great deals. Hey you guys, you can see that we have all of this Dollar Tree laid out on the table for you. Obviously you can tell we are getting ready to record a Dollar Tree haul, so be sure to be looking out for that. This is actually the most that I've bought at Dollar Tree at any one time in quite a long while. It was a pretty big haul, and when she told me my total, I just about fell over. But it's some really cute stuff, some holiday stuff, so if you want to see what all we did get, be sure to look out for that video. Okay, you guys, here we are at the end of another busy day. I have just finished recording and editing that Dollar Tree haul for you guys, so you probably want to check that out. In that video this time, I do give you a few spending tips at the Dollar Tree because that can be deceptive to think that everything is just $1. It's not always the best deal. At any rate, I hope you'll check that out, and I hope you like what you see. And don't forget about the giveaway. A few days ago on one of the vlogs, and it's in the title, the words surprise giveaway is listed there for you, so it'll be easy for you to find. You will see one of my all-time favorite Dollar Tree items ever. I've had it for about 3 or 4 years now, and I still love these items, and I'm going to be giving one of them away. So if you want to see what that is, go find that video and take a look. The giveaway does end tomorrow evening. I will be choosing one of you entrants randomly, so make sure that you enter that if it's an item that you would like to receive. At any rate, I'm going to go ahead and say goodnight to you all. I do want to thank you so much for watching these vlogs this month. We will see you tomorrow.